So I'll start with some of the ski areas in southeastern Wisconsin. And, those are the ones with they have the least consistent snow because of the weather, but the most consistent snow often because they have a lot of snowmaking equipment.
Oh, okay.
So it's you have to keep up with the latest on what's going on at each of these places. But I'm going off of actually my road trip website, State Trunk Tour. I have a ski, snowboard, and tubing guide, which means I've already done my research on all this. And I try to update that ski report at least once a week to stay on top of what's going on. Now, I'm not giving you current ski conditions here, but I do have the trivia and all of that kind of stuff for these places. And I'm going to start with a ski area that's the closest one to not being in Wisconsin, and that's Wilmot Mountain, which is so far south in the state, the very edge of one of its runs is technically in Illinois. There's a state line like run or trail, and a little bit of that property goes below the state line.
Wow.
And to me, that's really cool. I like goofy things like that. But Wilmot, that of course is the southernmost ski hill in the state. One of the oldest ski areas in the Midwest. They started back in 1938.
Jeez.
Wowza.
120 skiable acres, 23 trails, 2 lifts. They have those big, wide, cool surface conveyor lifts and progression terrain parks. 22 lanes for tubing.
Wow.
That is
That's a lot
of tubing lanes.
That's a lot of tubing.
Well, they draw so much from Chicago as well as Milwaukee and then surrounding cities. You need that kind of capacity because Illinois does not have a lot of ski areas.
Yeah.
That's true.
They got to come up here. And even if they're just sneaking right across the line right there, it's a fantastic place to go for all kinds of skiing and activities and everything. Now, not too far from there is the mountaintop, which is at Grand Geneva Resort in Lake Geneva.
That's a good one.
It is.
That's a fun one.
There's a lot of cool stuff there. Now, Mariah got to go there for the show a while ago. I never got to film there, but Mariah did ice bowling.
Oh,
that would
where
be
you are
fun.
your own human catapult into these oversized pins.
Wow.
Ice. Yeah, it's a good time. It is a good time. But
I don't remember that episode. That must have been.
I remember.
It's before you worked
ways
here.
back. Yeah.
It's probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And but it's part of that whole Grand Geneva Resort and Spa, the former Playboy Club. It's a sprawling resort. There's over 20 runs. One of them is a 211-foot vertical drop, which for Wisconsin is pretty good, especially southern Wisconsin. They also have an ice skating rink and sledding runs and over 6 miles of trails for cross-country skiing and even snowshoeing, which we're going to cover in the next episode. But they do kind of have it all right there. And now they just opened a couple weeks ago for the season. And, of course, I've got the latest on my State Trunk Tour site as to how they're doing in terms of conditions. Let's head west towards the Twin Cities. There's a couple of good options in west central Wisconsin. One of them, a really cool spot called Trollhagen, which sounds very Norwegian as well. I'm sensing a theme here. They're in Dresser, right off Highway 35, and not too far from Interstate State Park. Again, it's very popular with people from the Twin Cities. Trollhagen opened in 1950. A lot of these places have been around for quite a while. So they have 23 runs, 4 terrain parks, 3 chair lifts, and a rope tow, which is always fun if you want to burn off your gloves or maybe even your hands if you're not wearing gloves.
Yeah.
They added tubing runs in 2004 and more in 2012, and they have the adventure park there with 6 zip lines and a 120-element aerial challenge course. And they're also in the middle of a 3-phase multi-year terrain expansion project, so they're just going to get grander and grander as they go. And it is a very, very fun spot.
Interesting.
So, yeah, not a lot of places have skiing, snowboarding, and tubing. This one also has zip lining.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun, especially in the winter.
I've never zip lined in the winter.
No, that would be really fun.
Yeah, we heard about Brandon doing it in the DW episode this year.
In the winter?
Yeah.
Oh.
At Lake Geneva, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's right. It'd be fun to zip line in snow pants. I love the snow pants are funny because I keep thinking I'm 5 again.
That's fair.
You got long johns and snow pants. It's like, what next? Somebody going to beat me up for my lunch money?
Yep.
What's happening here?
I don't know. Is your lunch money 3/4?
You wearing big winter boots that you have to grow into for the next 3 seasons.
Sandwich bags on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it was about 75 cents at the time.
Is that still how much your lunch cost today, Eric?
No, well, I bought off the dollar menu. It's pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Further in, now just east of Rice Lake, there's a beautiful area of topography called the Blue Hills. And in fact, we've mountain biked on the show for that. The Blue Hills, a lot of people don't know about them. but they're gorgeous. If you're ever driving north and south on 53 by Rice Lake, at the Highway 48 exit, look to your east. You'll see this because Rice Lake goes way down in this valley, and on the vista, you will see just this amazing layer of hills that go off in the distance, and there's a bluish hue to them, no matter what.
That's
and
cool.
those are the Blue Hills.
Wow.
And in a little town or near a little town called Bruce, which is kind of in those Blue Hills, kind of on the eastern side, is Christy Mountain.
Okay.
And now I've written about Christy Mountain. It's funny because Ann caught me writing about it, and she's like, "Who's Christy Mountain?"
Like, it's
oh,
not a woman.
She dances on Saturdays. No, Christy Mountain's a totally
Sure,
different
that's
place.
Christy the Mountain.
Sure,
Christy
that's
Mountain.
exactly how that conversation went.
So Christy has 30 trails, 26 lighted runs, one of which is 5,000 feet long, 350-foot vertical drop, 6 lifts, and they also have a ski school, lots of exclusive rentals or extensive rentals for both skiers and snowboarders, and some tubing hills too. So, in fact, they don't require advanced purchase or registration either. A lot of these places do right now. So that's always a really good option.
Still the COVID protocols?
And it's depending on the week.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
with the Omicron thing, it's been
Omicron?
back and forth. Omicron, potato.
I'm sorry, can you not still
Racine
recite,
Racing.
can
Yeah.
you still not recite the Greek alphabet on demand?
Well, I never got as far as that. I went alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and then I'm like, and then one that looks like an E that I sign my name with, and
Epsilon.
epsilon and
Zeta, eta.
zeta, eta.
Zeta,
Zeta,
eta.
zeta, eta, what? No,
iota.
I'm just kidding. So you know this all the way through?
I do.
Okay, and it's Omicron.
No.
Were you in the Greek system?
Omicron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And yeah, don't ask me how that is still also locked into my brain.
Yeah, I was
good
in
to
a
know.
professional fraternity, and we did not have to memorize the Greek alphabet.
Yeah, again, scary things get locked in here, guys.
I guess.
yeah. The closest thing I know to the Greek letters and alphabet is because I've watched Animal House, Revenge of the Nerds, and all these other fraternity movies of the
Okay.
previous era of film. Let's go up north now, way up north, and get near Lake Superior. There's a couple of options from Superior over towards Hurley. One of them in the Superior area, it's one of the Duluth Superior options, is Mont Du Lac Resort, which means bottom of the mountain.
Oh, that's
And-
fun.
Yeah, right? Kind of like Fond du Lac. It always means bottom. Mont Du Lac, well, mountain of the lake is what that really means.
Gotcha.
I was off a little on that. But they have a lot of great options, and they're kind of, I mean, like Minnesota surrounds it.
Okay.
But technically, they're in Wisconsin. It's the northwesternmost ski destination in the state, definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's kind
So-
of just got a little peak up where it is.
Just in that little spot. So, actually, in fact, you have to go through Minnesota to get there. There's a section of Minnesota Highway 23 that leaves Minnesota, is in Wisconsin for about 2,000 feet, and then goes
Wow.
back into Minnesota.
Weird.
And the state, Wisconsin, was just like, just keep it a Minnesota road. You maintain it. We're fine with that.
There we go.
You get to Mont Du Lac off of that road.
Yeah.
So you have to go into Minnesota. And
Interesting.
yeah, they have 8 trails and 3 lifts, a vertical drop of about 320 feet. The expert runs include a Western-style bowl with over 10 acres, mogul runs, ungroomed terrain, and tree skiing, which is a popular thing. They also have the out-of-bounds tubing park, which is available on weekends. Very popular. They got a couple of restaurants, a couple of bars, mountain biking, disc golf, and archery, too, in other parts of the year. So very good option there. Now, in Bayfield, which, of course, the topography up in the Bayfield Peninsula is pretty rugged and heavily forested. Mount Ashwa Bay, which a lot of people know for, there's a something top, Shawamigan Top Theater or something like that. There's a lot of fun stuff up there that you can do, especially if you love the great outdoors. And the Mount Ashwa Bay ski area has a 317-foot vertical drop. I believe you can see Lake Superior from it. Which is
Probably.
quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Big Top Chautauqua. That's the entertainment venue in the summer. And that's at Mount Ashwa Bay, too. But in the winter, you got 12 downhill ski and snowboard runs, 25 miles worth of groomed trails for cross-country skiing. They're big on fat tire biking up there. And I know we'll talk more about that in the next episode.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is there's a ton of great options up there.